Okay, what about when the leading coefficient is negative? How do we do that? It may sound like no big deal, but it's not such a. It got me, it got me a couple of times. So let's call this plus 8. And this is a function of y, which is equal to f of x. Let me change this thing a little bit. Let me move it back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, something in there like that. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, we get rid of the negative. We do this. We put everything in parentheses. We change all the signs. Yeah, and this is equal to 0. Now we try to find the square, the perfect square. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this 8 out of there. Okay, so how do we take it out? We have to multiply it by -1. Yeah? And we put it outside here. Okay, then we find half of 3, which is 3 seconds, and we square it. And we square it. But because we added this, we have to subtract on the other side. But there is a negative here. That means that subtraction, which you if you add it here, let's rewrite this here, and we have 3x plus, and we just added this 3 squared, 2 squared. So we must subtract also the same amount. And so as we did with the 8, we do with the 3 seconds. I mean with the 3 seconds squared. And so we have to multiply by -1, and we put it outside. And so like it happened with the 8, it changes sign. So we will have plus 8 plus 3 squared and 2 squared. Yeah? And that's it. And then now we can eliminate this, which is like right here. We can change now. This is a perfect square now. We'll write the binomial. The binomial will be this one here. Plus 3 seconds squared plus 8 plus 9 divided by 4. Yeah? We find the greatest common divisor here. So we get 3 seconds squared. So we have to multiply it. The way I do it is it will be like we'll put the greatest common divisor, because this is a 1 here. So the greatest is 4. So we divide 4 divided by 1 is 4 times 8 is 32. And then we do the same thing with the other one. 4 divided by 4 is 1 times 9 is 9. So this will be equal to 41 divided by 4. And now this is in a standard form. This is equal to 0. Oh, we forgot the minus sign here. Okay? And this is in standard form. What does it mean? The standard form is x minus h squared plus k. Yeah? Where in this case, 8 is equal to minus 1. H, you see, the way it's shown on the formula, h has a negative sign, but here is positive. So in order for this to be positive, means that the 3 seconds has to be negative. So h is negative and k is positive 41/4. So our vertex is minus 33 divided by 2, or 3 seconds, and the y value of the vertex is 41/4. What else do we need? Well, we would want to get the roots as well, because we need the graph. In all my problems, the whole idea is to solve everything. And everything means we get to the graph. So we have the vertex, so we can start drawing this thing. And minus 3 seconds. Where does minus 3 seconds happen? Well, we go 1, 2, 3. And 3 divided by 2, I believe, is 1.5. Let me check with my handy dandy calculator, like NASA calculator. And we divide 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1.5 minus 1.5. And 41 divided by 4 is 10 quarters. Well, 10/25, you can think of it as 10 1/4. You know, same thing. So that means that, first of all, we have a parabola. Remember, this parabola is positive and this parabola is negative. Because the x coefficient, the leading coefficient, which is, the x squared coefficient, is negative, it means that this vertex is a maxima, not a minimum. It happens on top because this parabola opens downwards. So we have to find where 10 is. So we will use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we had, this is 1.5. So our vertex is somewhere in there. That's the vertex. So the 10 point happens right here at 1.5 negative, and this is the y-axis, and this is the negative axis. I mean the positive axis this way. Positive numbers that way. And this is the line of symmetry. This is the parabola is symmetric with respect to the line of symmetry. So it's identical from this side to the other side. Okay, so now we're gonna plant the roots. We have to find the roots. So how do we do that? Well, we will start with the vertex form, which is here, minus x plus 3 seconds squared plus 41/4. And before we do anything, well, let's continue. 3 seconds, and we move this guy on the other side, and so he becomes negative. But we can cancel the negative signs and treat this normally like we used to do before. So we leave x by itself. Well, first of all, we have to square root and square root both sides. And so this cancels. And then we have, we'll write it down here, we have x plus 3 seconds equals plus minus. Remember why is plus minus. Anything in the root can be it's the square root of a number. So if it is 81, then it is equal to minus 9 times minus 9, or plus 9 times plus 9. Both of them are 81. Okay? So 41 divided by 4. This to me looks like a prime number. Let's take a look at what my handy dandy calculator tell me. 41. Calculate result, prime factors. It's a prime number. I knew it. Okay, so that means that it cannot be split. But we can do the bottom one. So we can change that by, we'll leave the x alone, and we'll put minus. I don't like to put minus in front of it, so I'll put the root first. This will be square root of 41, and this will be the square root of 4, and this will be minus 3 seconds. Cool? Yes. We can solve that. Plus minus square root of 41, and this will be square root of 2. But we don't like square roots on the bottom. We don't like this kind of stuff. Math doesn't like it. I don't know why. Because it doesn't matter really which is on top or on the bottom. It doesn't change anything. But we can get rid of it by rationalizing. I know you'll be like, what the hell? Square root of it. We multiply by 1. But that's not multiplying by 1. Yes, it is. This is 1. So when we multiply these guys, we rewrite this thing like before, and on the bottom we can put the root on one inside and multiply 2 times 2, which is the square root of 41 divided by 4, and this is equal to square root of 41 divided by 2. But of course the root on top, we forgot to put the root on top. Yeah, because we are multiplying both sides. So this is square root of 2. So basically, this whole thing, what it does is just kind of just looks like we're moving the root to the top. So x will be equal now to the square root of 41 times the square root of 2, which we can now put the 2 inside the square root. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And then we have minus 3 seconds. 2 times 41 is 82. That's a much better number, you know. That's a very good looking number. I wonder what we can do with 82. Let's ask my handy dandy calculator, because I'm kind of dumb, you know. That's why I use my handy dandy calculator. So we write 82, and we see what the hell 82 is. You know, it has factors. You can see the factors, 2 times 41. But we can't do nothing with that. You know? The 2 does not simplify, the 41 does not simplify, and so we have to leave it like that. So that means that stays like that. In this, we put the 2 on the bottom, minus, this is a plus minus, and this is 3 seconds. We can still do one more thing. Teachers don't like this. Well, I don't like it either. So we write it like this. And that's the answer. So the x1 will be equal to square root of 82 minus 3 minus, or plus, okay, we'll leave it plus. And the other one will be x2 will be minus 80, square root of 82 minus 3 divided by 2. And those are the roots. Okay, so we can calculate it, but we're not going to do that. Why? Because we have our handy dandy calculator. It's going to do that for me. Let me change the mode. We go into polynomial mode. I don't know what they call this mode, but it's basically we have our trinomial there. Okay, so what do we do? We use our original formula, which is minus 1. So we change the sign, plus minus 3 minus equals plus 8. 8 equals. And now we ask, bow. There we go. See? Like I told you. See? If the calculator does it, you can see it? Yeah. That means that's the way it goes. You know, they put the 3 in front. You know, I put it in the back. You know, it's no biggie. And the 2 on the bottom. So it's just exactly like I have it written here. Okay, so and then the other roots, obviously. Oh look, they separated it there. That's funny. And then the maximum, see the x value of the maxima is minus 3, which is here. Where is it? Here, h. And the other guy, k, is 41/4, which is 10. So I'm not gonna calculate that. I'm just gonna go into my graphic mode, and that's gonna tell me, you know, it's you can do the calculations. This is just put it in the calculator. But I'm a really lazy guy, you know, and so the extremas are shown in here, minus 1/5 1.5 and 10.25, which is somewhere a little bit above 10. And this is this, guys. This is positive, and this one is negative. This is positive because the square root of 82 will probably be a number that is much greater than 4, obviously. So this whole thing is going to be positive. So this has to be this one has to be the positive root, and this one is the negative root. And that's it. Problem solved. Okay, I hope you like that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Take care. See you. Leave some comments if you like, please.